Sam Harris and I both met a teacher that changed our lives, who introduced us to a form of direct realization and gradual unfolding. His name was Toku Ergen Rinpoche. And the simple, direct method is something I would like to explore with you and hopefully kind of break down and give you different doorways and different ways to make it your own. So let's go through one of the glimpses that I find many people enjoy, and I'll give it to you directly at first, and then give you a couple different ways to shift into experiencing where it's pointing. So here it is, straight, simple inquiry. See what happens. And I also recommend that in this particular turning your awareness around approach, you can stop and take notes or come back to it later, yeah? So here's the inquiry. What is here now when there's no problem to solve? Just notice whatever happened, kind of let that be your first experience. You could stop and make notes, or just note it in your own mind what you felt, where you were, and where you shifted into. What is here now when there's no problem to solve? So now I'll give you a few pointers and we'll continue to explore this inquiry. So the first pointer is that I'm not talking to you, the self. I'm not talking to you, the small mind. I'm actually talking to you, the already awake awareness, and asking the awareness to look to itself. So you begin with understanding the words with your small mind or with your language system, which doesn't have to be connected to your small mind or small self, but you understand it with conceptual thinking. What's here now when there's no problem to solve? Then the next pointer is where you don't go. So you can look with different parts of yourself or different ways of knowing, when you can look to different areas of experience. So you can look to thought and intellectually consider this. What's here now when there's no problem to solve? Well, what's here is, like a self that's not working as hard, or, think about it. Then you can go to the emotional experience. What's here now when there's no problem to solve? Relief. Or you can go to another part of yourself. What's here when there's no problem to solve? Well, I'm not sure. I think there's doubt, there's a lot of thoughts. Or you can go to sensation. So the key is, I'm talking to awareness and asking you to go to background awareness. So the understanding of thinking, what's here now, when there's no problem to solve, and then awareness unhooks from thought and looks to spacious, pervasive awareness. The problem solver, which is a looping small either mind state or part of you that's an ego center or a manager part, is actually being asked to relax or step back. So what's it like when that problem solver relaxes? What's the space that's revealed? What's the type of awareness that you're aware from when you're not aware from a small self or a part? And when you're not aware of contents, feelings, thoughts, emotions, but you're aware of the awareness. So this is the invitation to the awareness to be aware of itself. So instead of this looping of self-reflection, of thought reflecting on thought, we unhook, and then awareness is aware of itself, resting as itself and aware from itself, but staying primarily as 51% at least awareness that's arising as movement and objects. It's not latching up, not creating a point of view, and not going back to thought for a second opinion about being alert or aware or knowing. Yeah, so there's a discovery of this effortless mindfulness that is alert, boundless, timeless, here, potentially could respond, but as a quality of peace of mind, embodied, relaxed, naturally calm without trying to be calm, and inclusive, not pushing anything away, not needing anything to be okay. So trying this pointer, having given a little more of a map or a sense that who is listening is the awareness, what's looking is the awareness, and where it's looking to is the awareness. And as that spacious awareness, when it's aware, it's interconnected to vibration, sensation, your body and the world, rather than being a detached sky witness. Yeah, so here's the series. What's here now when there's no problem to solve? Thoughts are welcome to move through. Parts are welcome to give opinions. It's just allowing them to arise without noting them. So this is a non-noting practice, allowing everything to be just mental sensations or movement of aliveness without interest in sentences or meaning or analyzing or particularizing anything, just feeling, including, welcoming, and remaining aware of and as and from the awake awareness that arises as the aliveness. So, starting fresh with beginner's mind, what's here now? What's this? It's aware. When the problem solver relaxes. When just now there's no problem to solve, no threat, nothing to do, nowhere to go. And this awareness doesn't need to refer to the past or to thought in the present or anticipate one moment into the future. What's here? Who's here? Where are you aware from? And just feeling back to the awareness that knows itself by being itself. So self-reflexive, reflexive awareness means it's equally feeling and being that rather than just looking out from and not just resting back into pure awareness, but back within, in front, above, below, all around. Spacious and pervasive, embodied, interconnected. What's this that's here just now? And there's no problem to solve. And what's it like to rest as this awareness that knows itself by being itself? And resting as this awareness without concentrating, without efforting, noticing the effortless mindfulness that's aware from this awake mind, just curious to feel the first vibration, sensation that arises. What's the relationship to movement and stillness as awareness? Is it coming and going through it, which is a meditative view, or feel whether possibly from nothing there's this interdependent arising of sensation, vibration, energy that arises like an ocean of awareness out of nothing, and then it's interdependent, interconnected. Just curious to tune in and check it out. No need to imagine it or try to do it. Just look and shift your awareness feel curious about that place from pure consciousness where the first vibration, energy, sensation arises out of nothing. Is it made of awareness? What's the feeling of being? What's the feeling from awareness to aliveness to your body and the world? Notice the panoramic embodied flow consciousness that you could respond from. Notice whether you feel safe and alert, and include any arising within of emotions or parts without contracting or analyzing. But if they arise, welcome from this vast and intimate beingness that's here. And so in a minute or so, you can take a little deeper breath, allow a smile to come to your face, and stay home, dropped down and open and inclusive of everything, and even letting yourself stretch from within without creating a thinker